Hello. We are doing our third one. I'm just jumping right in. I have done so many takes of this. It's insane. My thing doesn't want to work with the microphone, but I think I've got it. So where we left off before, everything, family went chill. Tony was still the biggest, Eston and Conton were existing. Everything was nice. Till when I said at the end, these cities were revoltous, you can say. And then, man, did they revolt. Bam, this nation. Their name is going to be Heil, Nah, Heathen, Heath. Why do these borders just, spawn so weirdly? Yeah, so they now are a legitimate nation. Another revolt happens, not Ching Chong Land. Yeah, and then another revolt happens, Grimheim. Yeah, I guess a Grimheim will work. I'll change that to Grim, though. Pretty good. Now, Tony needs to do something. They can't. Now Ut aligns with Grim and Hype. The Treaty of Ut then becomes the Uskif Alliance, and they become one nation. Uskif makes Tony surrender and cease to those reparations, those hard reparations. And now, they're taking down land around Uskif is just being a total butt. Taking so much land out around them, essentially asserting their dominance over Ektoni. Right? It's insane, right? And then, Tukentog. Yeah, and remember all of that in episode 1. The city revolts. Ektoni tries to stop it, but before they even can, Konton just annexes it and integrates it. And then Ektoni just kind of sloops. Another revolt happens. Berg. We're just naming it Berg. And now, Ektoni just fades. But one thing about Uskif, one thing I have to say, Ektoni, you used to be the biggest. Now you're the second least big. You're small. You're tiny. Step up the game, Tony. Their fall started in episode 2, and now they are practically all the way down. By episode 4, they probably won't exist. Maybe spoilers. We don't know. Yeah. But anyways, back to Uskif. Uskif made cities, but one revolted, and it was called Sauce. Now spell how we spell sauce, dipping sauce. Sauce, S-O-S-S. And then Sauce took over the African area that was owned by, not all of Africa, just owned by Uskif. Right? And then they integrated themselves. Now, Uskif, pretty small. One final thing, Uskif went into France. Now this is a very short one as I am bored. But I will do a couple things. Before we go. Konton makes some cities that might or might not revolt. But you know me, I like some good revolts. Probably will. Probably won't. I don't know. You won't know. You won't know ever. They make it particularly a lot of cities along the strait. Why? Because every city that they found out for places to cross and fish in the Black Sea, like at Tawny and Uskif, and specifically Aston is their main target, they have to go through that strait. But to get through that strait, they have to go through here. They figured out each city bordering the Black Sea and the strait is more money. So if they have tons of cities bordering the Black Sea and close enough to them, then they can make them pay more. That's just a genius idea. They have money makers. Alright, so one last thing. Eston now owns down here. They took it down. My crap. Of course it does that. As soon as I need it not to. This is just a bug where it makes it take over all the landmass that's bordering. I can fix that easily. Boop. There we go. But basically what I'm saying is now they own down here. So let's check the statistics. So I go and give me more minutes so YouTube will monetize me. Alright. Put me in the algorithm. Area, Sauce is the biggest. The area that they've owned in their entire lives, Eston, obviously. Age at Ectoni is like the biggest. Goldberg has the most. Income, Canton. Alliances, none. City revolts, none. Kills, Uskif has had the most kills. Total wars, Ectoni's had the most wars. They had 5. Cities, Canton obviously has the most. See how many cities they built there? And because of that, they make so much money. Like every city, like half one. So if they have 32 cities, that means they make an extra $16 plus their bonus. They make $36 million $1,000 a year. According to Uskif, they make around $2,000. Sauce makes $12,000. Ectoni makes $12,000 too. Berg makes $11,000. Eston makes $11,000, and yeah, that's it. And you're welcome. Hold on in the second episode. Lemon. I forget. It's something with a L-E at the start. I'm sorry, man. But you commented you want more African nations. There you go. Sauce, more of Eston, and Ectoni, and I consider the Middle East kind of part of Africa. It's basically Africa, so Berg. But, yeah, that's it for y'all. I'll see you in the next episode. I always have to show my save. Right? And then I always have to. Bye.